Lissa, what was one of the biggest struggles that you had while transitioning over to a raw diet? And do you have any struggles today after being raw for so long? Let's answer that question in this video. Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about struggles, my struggles specifically while eating a raw diet. But before we begin, don't forget we have 40% off any or all of our recipe ebooks. So if you're interested in adding more raw food to your life, you can enjoy 40% off with code RAWFOOD40. The link is right here on the screen or in the description box below, along with the link for all of the print versions that are available on Amazon. So go check those out if you're interested, and we are going to get right into this video. Struggles. So when I started a raw diet, and even to this day, I would say my biggest struggle is perfectionism. When I started eating a raw diet, I was bombarded by a lot of different theories and ideas on how to eat raw. There were so many different ways to eat raw. There was all fruit, there was the higher fat, there was more greens, there was add wheatgrass, there was all kinds of different ways to eat raw. And I would feel confused because one person would say you have to do it this way, and the other person would say, no, you have to do it this way. And so I would feel kind of confused and lost on what I should do and how I should eat. And one person might say you need to do this or eat all fruit, for example. You need to be more pure and eat more simply and have less variety. And other people would say, no, you need to add greens and you need to eat sprouts and grow microgreens and all of that kind of stuff as well. Or there was the fear fruit raw vegans. There was the high fat raw vegans. There was all different kinds of raw vegans out there. And many of them would have kind of like a low-key shaming. Like if you didn't eat perfectly a certain way, then for some reason you would be judged or what have you. So in the beginning, it was pretty difficult because I wanted to do raw my way, and my way is different than other people's ways. I just wanted to eat raw food. I didn't want to follow specific protocols or what somebody said was ideal. I like to take a little bit from everybody and apply it to my life where it makes sense. And that, I feel, even though it was a big struggle and still can be today, mostly not because I want to be perfect, but because I'm judged for not being perfect in someone else's eyes. For example, I eat too many greens, or I eat too complex salads. I can't digest them because I eat way too many vegetables, or I eat too much food, or I still eat spices and garlic and nutritional yeast and other stuff. Like I feel more judged for not being perfect in someone else's eyes than trying to be perfect myself, because I am perfect myself. And on that note, there really is no such thing as perfection. But for me, I am doing what my body loves the most, and I'm also following the science that I resonate with most. Most of you know the gut microbiome stuff. I'm really enjoying learning a lot about that and applying more of the principles to my diet in the raw food realm. So again, even though that was one of the biggest struggles in the past and might still be a little bit today, it's also been one of the best things for me because I found my way. I found what works best for my body. And I've also been able to help so many other people release the need to be perfect, or release the box or the label that they live in, and just enjoy eating more raw food, not having to be perfect in someone else's eyes. So it has been a struggle, but it's also been a blessing because I am where I am today because I didn't want to be judged by those people. So instead of falling in line and doing some kind of a restrictive version of raw food or what have you, I did my own thing despite what anyone else said. And again, I still do to this day get people tell me that what I'm eating isn't good, or for some reason they have this belief that something that I'm eating isn't good, or that they wouldn't eat it because they have maybe gut issues or what have you. Everybody has a different gut microbiome and everyone's in a different place. So I am doing this because this makes the most sense to me, and I'm sharing it not to make other raw vegans more raw vegan or other vegans more vegan. I'm sharing to help inspire people to enjoy more raw food, whatever that looks like for them, without needing to fall into some kind of box or label of perfection and doing something really extreme that could potentially damage their health further down the road. So again, even though it was a struggle, it is a blessing, but that would have been probably the biggest struggle that I had when I first went raw. I did have struggles socially, and I did a little bit financially, because living in Canada, the first 5 winters that I was in Canada, it was expensive to buy produce in Canada. Made it work. It was a little bit of a struggle. I wouldn't say it was a big struggle, but socially as well, you're always going to get people questioning what you're doing if you're doing something different than the rest of society. But it is what it is, and building that strength and confidence in yourself and in your own choices really helps a lot with that. Because when we are insecure with our own choices, when we're unsure, when we're scared a little bit about what we're doing, then we allow other people's opinions of what we're doing to feel like an attack. Like they're attacking our identity for some reason if we are not consuming the same foods that they are. But when we are confident in our choices, and confidence comes from knowledge, right? Fear is the absence of knowledge. So once you start to learn more about why you want to choose to eat more raw foods, you can stand more confidently in your choices. And it's a lot easier to deal with the social situations because, again, you're more confident. So learn more about why you want to choose raw food to help overcome some of those social challenges. But yeah, that would be my biggest struggle. And again, to this day, I still deal with people judging how I eat. But I am just here, like I said, to inspire you guys to eat more raw plants and of course to go vegan if that resonates ethically with you, because I am an ethical vegan. It has nothing to do with the raw food thing. I chose to go vegan in 2014, and I also chose raw because it made the most sense to me. I didn't choose raw because I had to, or I was trying to change my body or anything like that. I just chose raw because it resonated. It sounded like it made the most sense to me, and I went with it. So that's why I went raw. But vegan, I'm definitely vegan for ethical reasons, for not harming the animals. I don't want to be part of the exploitation because I don't have to be. So for me, that's my choice, but I'm here to inspire you guys, and I hope that I do. If you want to add more raw foods to your diet, please go check out our recipe ebooks. We also have some informational ebooks in there as well, like the Building a Healthy Relationship with Food, which is really, really good for working through some of the societal beliefs that we have around food and body image. There's also Food Journaling for Success, which is a food journal to help you write down your plan and take action on it. And we also have a Let It Snow, which is my experience in Canada as a raw vegan and some of the tips I have for being raw in Canada. But we've got tacos and raw burgers and soups and party food like appetizers. There's all kinds of stuff in there. They're all 40% off, so you can use code RAWFOOD40 at checkout to enjoy that discount. The link is right here on the screen as well as in the description box below. So until the next video, guys, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, and of course, fruit on.